Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you guys an update. If you guys recall, right after my surgery, my reconstruction surgery phase 2, I had 6 MRIs done the following Tuesday. And I had, let's see, I think they're called MRAs, and then MRVs, and then MRIs. So I had 6 altogether. And they were basically focusing more on my brain, but that I also, wanted to check my spinal cord for possible pinching or bulging or something that could be causing pressure in my head and also in my optic nerves or whatever. So the results I got last night, my neurologist called me about 5:45, 6-ish, and she told me that she didn't want to wait till the next morning because she just wanted to go ahead and give me a heads up before she called my oncologist with the results. By the way, I'm sitting in the car line picking up the kids from school, so I'm not driving, hands-free. So she told me that in the MRI or MRV, one of the ones for my head basically shows that there is a blood clot. At first she said aneurysm, but then she corrected and said blood clot. So I'm still confused, but anyways, I'll get back to that. So she was telling me about this, and she was saying that most blood clots happen in the arteries. We have arteries and we have veins. Arteries pump blood into our organs, the veins pump blood out of our organs. So it's not common for a blood clot to be in the vein, which is bothersome to her considering the position of where it was. And she says that's what's causing the papallidema, the optic nerve swelling, the hemorrhaging and the swelling in my optic nerves. So she told me that she was going to contact my oncologist and let her know, and then discuss my treatment, which would most likely be Coumadin. So this morning I get a phone call from my oncology office, and her assistant's like, "Jen, can you come in like right away?" I was like, oh my god, yeah, I'll be there within the hour. So I quickly get up from doing my work, excuse me, and go see her and talk. My cousin and my mom and my dad all met me there because they're all freaked out, just like I am. They're saying I have a blood clot, possibly an aneurysm, whatever, whatever this is. We were all just super scared. So I told them that the doctor called me, told me I wanted to come in. Everyone left what they were doing to join me at the cancer center, which I thank you for showing up and being there for my support. Excuse me if I get emotional. So the oncologist told me I do have a blood clot, I don't have an aneurysm, but she still hasn't had, the paperwork. She was just going off of what the neurologist was telling her. She didn't have the actual reports in hand or anything like that. So she says, from talking to the neurologist, it's just a blood clot. Regardless, it needs to be treated because this can, possibly kill me. But that's what's causing the papallidema, which is the swelling behind the eyes and all the other pressure that I've been having with my eyes. Which is a freak coincidence that we found this right before I started chemo in June. So I went to the eye doctor. In case some of you guys don't know, I went to the eye doctor. Regular checkup. I went to the optometrist at Walmart just to get a regular eye checkup. They take pictures of your eyeballs now. She's like, "Oh, you have some swelling around your eyes. Are you okay?" I'm like, "I don't know. This is new to me. I've never had pictures of my eyeballs taken." So she's like, "Well, I suggest you see an ophthalmologist. You need to go contact a neurologist and have some MRIs done because this could be pretty serious." I was like, okay. So I called my oncologist and told her exactly what was happening. So after my first treatment of chemo, that's exactly what happened. She sent me to a neurologist. She sent me to an ophthalmologist, and we've been doing testing and all sorts of stuff all since June. All of July was horrible. Part of August was horrible, full of testing, and the testing caused more problems, and I was in and out of the hospital. I was like so sick. It was close to, like, between the chemo and all the testing, it was literally putting me in the hospital close to like having a heart attack. But so now, after finally waiting to get the expanders taken out, now that I've got the regular implants and I have no other metal in my body, they were able to do the MRI, and everything, you know, turned out to be okay, minus the blood clot. So at least we know the problem is the blood clot causing the pressure in my eyes. So now the treatment is, they put me on Coumadin, and I'll be on that blood thinner for 6 months. And I guess this is often, you know, a procedure that they normally do. They do this often with blood thinners. They give you Lovenox, which is a very fast-acting injection blood thinner that you take. Some people take it once a day. I have to take it twice a day for 5 days. I don't like injections. I don't do shots well. That's why I got the port. It's easier with that because it's just one wham bam, it's in, leave it alone. But this, they had to draw blood today, and they took 11 vials of blood, different sizes, some really large, long ones, I'm talking like this long, and others little as this. But so yeah, that was uncomfortable, especially after we got 9 vials. Then we left, went to eat lunch, and while we were at lunch, they called and says, we didn't get enough blood, can you please come back? I'm like, you're lucky I'm right next door eating at the cafe. I will be there when I'm done. So I went back, got 2 more blood vials taken. You can see the cute little bandage that they drew from, because they couldn't do it from the port, because with the port they have to inject heparin to prevent any blood clotting inside of the port itself. So they taught me how to do the injection, and oh my God, I was freaking out and having a panic attack. I've never done this before, so I have them here since I'm sitting in the car because I just came from the doctor's office. Come in a nice little box. Each injection is pre-filled in a syringe with a retractable needle, which is nice. They told me how to dispose of it and all that stuff. They told me how to prep my skin, how to grab it and pinch my fat on my belly, which there's plenty of, you know. But so they showed me how to do it. Didn't do it right the first time, so I thought I injected all of it, and they took it out. They're like, no, there's still more in there. I was like, oh, come on. So I had to stick myself again and fully pull all that stuff that was in there, because there wasn't much in there. It was like a drop, but I still had to do it. And it burns. The whole process burns. The medication burns, and it burned for at least 45 minutes after I did it. And I have to do that every 12 hours, which is twice a day, for the next 5 days. I am not looking forward to this. This is gonna suck. One of the bad things is, right before surgery, on October 21st, I had a visit with my oncologist, and she put me on a new hormone blocker that's by pill, tamoxifen. Well, tamoxifen, one of the side effects is it causes blood clots. They think that there's no way possible that this tamoxifen, because I've only taken it for a week, would have caused this blood clot. It's something that I've had since who knows how long, because I've had this papallidema issue since before I started chemo. So I've had this blood clot in my head for who knows how long, at least within the past 2 to 3 years, because when I lived in Jacksonville, Florida, I had an MRI done and it was clear. I had migraines. Doctor wanted to see what was causing them. Nothing showed up, just some narrowing of the veins in the arteries. I just had narrow ones, so that was the problem. So that is kind of a problem, because now I have buildup of blood, which turned into a blood clot in my head, causing this issue. And if I let it go and not take care of it, I could lose my vision. So within the past 3 years, this has developed. Thankfully, we caught it now. We're able to treat it now with these stupid shots and the Coumadin pills that I'll be taking. It'll break it up, knock it out, absorb into my body. Sorry, doctor's office called, so now here we are again. So with the Coumadin and the Lovenox, it'll bust apart the blood clot, it'll absorb into my body, everything will be fine. They'll check my blood again and go from there. Now the thing is, with the tamoxifen, the hormone blocker that they prescribed me, I'm having to turn it off, sorry, I just turned on the AC. I'm having a hot flash and then I get cold and back and forth. So anyway, squirrel, I'm having to stop taking the tamoxifen. And the only bad thing is, because my ovaries are producing so much estrogen, which is why I have cancer in the first place, because it was also producing the HER2 protein, which I am positive for. I now have to have either a full hysterectomy or they'll just go in and take out my ovaries. Doesn't have to have my uterus out one way or another, it doesn't matter. She says structurally, because you're young, just keep your uterus in, just take out the ovaries. Those are the problem makers. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So I literally just called, made an appointment to see my gyno for next Monday to discuss doing this. It's apparently an outpatient procedure now. They do it laparoscopically. They go in, cut out the ovaries, sew you up, and send you home. Okay, so with that being done, they can prescribe me a new type of hormone blocker that will work with me being on Coumadin, and also for the rest of my life. Most likely I'll have to be on this stuff, because it's something that they give women that go through menopause and they're done with menopause. That's when they give this type of medication. But because I'm so young, I haven't even started menopause. They're putting me through menopause right now. They're having to start me on a different kind of medication because this is the only way to do it, considering now my levels, my health is different now. So ovaries have to come out now, no matter what, and I still have to be on hormone blockers for the rest of my life, which I don't understand that. I'm still confused. Thankfully my cousin was there and she was recording everything, so I'm waiting for that recording to come through. But whatever, I don't know. Whatever, just take the ovaries. I'm not having kids anymore. I've got my boy, my girl. I'm happy with my kids. I love my kids. I'm done having kids. I'll be happy to play with other people's kids, but I'm done with kids. So take my ovaries. If that's what's been trying to kill me, take them away. Let's focus on getting rid of this stupid blood clot so I can live longer, happier life. Doctor's like, no stress. Like, really? Do you know my life? Some of you know, some of you don't know. My husband and I are separated and we are getting a divorce. So it's just a really stressful time right now. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to go about living life stress-free, or at least reducing the stress. A divorce is stressful as it is. Doing it while on treatment and recovering from cancer and surgeries, and now having to have more surgeries coming up and more different types of treatments, this is just overwhelming. So yeah, so it's out there. I haven't told you guys, but my husband and I separated right around my diagnosis, and he filed for divorce a month ago, and we are now in the process of getting a divorce. So there's that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for right now. So now I have to make an appointment with my neurologist, my ophthalmologist, and my gynecologist, which the gyno I have for next Monday. The neurologist I have to call, make an appointment, and then the ophthalmologist I called, left a message, waiting for them to call me back, and go from there, see what they want to do, because I have an appointment for January, but I don't know if they want to like monitor it from now until then or what. I have no idea. So there's the lowdown, the nice update. Prayers would be awesome, you guys. high levels of stress are going on right now. Things haven't been that great, even though I haven't really been talking much about it, but now that you guys kind of know now, separated, going through a divorce sucks during this time. So, yeah, so prayers. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. All of you guys send me such sweet messages, and I really appreciate them all. They really do mean a lot to me. So thank you for being here for me emotionally. So I will update you guys when I know more. Okay? I love you. Bye.